sells seashells on a seashore.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It's me, Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. Whoop, and I just pulled out my headphones. I am glad that you're here. Subscribe if you haven't yet. What do? We go around the world, we take these rides, we check out world music and all kinds of videos to learn and grow, explore the cultures of the world, take apart the psychology and the philosophy of life. Well, we go deep, but not always that deep. I'm rambling. My brain is tired, but I'm glad that you're here. And I feel like I was closer earlier. What happened? All right. I had to bring you guys closer to me. All right, let's go. We're going to check out another one by Ren. I just checked out his song, Money Game, Part 1. And it is time for Part 2 because we're getting ready for his release for Part 3. And I'm excited. I'm a little late to the game. And by late, I mean like 3 years late. He put this out 3 years ago. I discovered Ren a few months back. Check out my reviews of his song, Hi Ren, Sick Boy, and many more. I had the honor of interviewing him. We had an awesome conversation. And now I'm going to check out Money Game Part 2. So without further ado, here we go. Okay. I like that.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
I love that the chorus is the same as in Part 1 because it adds another facet to this project. And his voice is so soulful. I love the rasp. He got that old soul voice. That rasp, the texture of his voice, really smooth. And that catchy hook in the chorus. I didn't say that when I reacted to Money Game Part 1, but it's so catchy. It gets stuck in your mind. But now in the verses, we're talking about we're further diving into that topic of the money game. And we'll talk about the lyrics in a second, but the gist of it for me is the politics, the corruption, all these games, and how people turn a blind eye for the sake of money, right? The calling out America, calling out the UK, in the different systems and corruption and the people in high places. But let's keep listening. I dig that. And references to Money Game 1 in the clip. I like money game.
Money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and
This is brilliant. Homeboy bringing in all kinds of clips, right, of politics and just different events happening in the various countries. Even a clip of Money Game Part 1. References to, the division of a country, the money games, all this division and the distraction and all that crap that's happening in the world. Crap is happening. You see, when I listen to Ren, I feel like it inspires me to start, these bars. Now, talking about the seashells, she sells seashells by the seashore, right? That tongue twister. Seen, I don't know if it's been memes or clips or references to that part of his song, but it's showing a clip of Ariel and the seashell and the mermaids, right? But talking about money game because shells were used as a currency.
Man, no one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step 1, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell.
I love this. He did that. He gave us a little education lesson in Money Game Part 1, talking about history, right? Rome and the Germans and Britain and America and colonization. And now he's given us a nice one-by-one step nursery rhyme version of a economy.
So much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step 2, gotta make the people think that they want them. Really want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly.
Wow.
Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4, expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood.
Oh my goodness. This clip is from whatchamacallit. What's that movie called? Wolf. The Wolf on Wall Street. Thank you. He was playing a clip from The Wolf on Wall Street, I believe. And I need to go back a bit because the things he's saying here, full on economy 101, right? You give something value, you tell people that it's a value, right? Back when shells, then coins, right? You let people think something is valuable. And there's plenty of seashells on the seashore, but you're going to make people think there's not a lot of them, right? Just simple, basic economy psychology, right? And then you get people to think that they need them. That's so true, right? Even when we look at big brands like Apple products, right? They're a big part of why the branding was so effective in the marketing is because it tackled the why. Why do you need this product? A lot of good products, and by good I mean those who are successful in sales, they meet a need or they address a person's why, right? It's not so much the what. People will get all kinds of whats and what's-a-mahoos. They'll just have all kinds of thingamabobs, right? Like Ariel. They'll just collect. And in the West especially, we think we need something even though we don't need it because it's just marketed very well. The branding is nice. It addresses a need psychologically. There's subliminal messages in TV shows and in commercials, and down as we walk down the road, we're constantly bombarded, and it creates this idea of I need this or I want this. He's just addressing all of this so brilliantly in his lyrics. The ladder that we climb turns a saint into a sinner. That's what it says in the chorus. I'll break it for you, you mother effers, line by line. Hit him like Bronson. Bronson is his full name is Charles Arthur Salvador, better known as Charles Bronson, British criminal who was violent and notorious life as a prisoner. Interesting to not just refer to any person that has a record of a history of violence or hitting per se, but specifically someone who was violent in prison because that's what the money game does, right? It imprisons us.
On hands 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6 on sell stock.
Right? Creating a sense of not only need, making people think it's scarce and they need it, but also creating an association with identity. You have to look a certain way. You have to own a certain thing. If you have a certain status, you are somebody. And I've said this a lot in my reaction to Hiren. I was addressing our existential fears and death anxieties. That too ties in with money game. This idea of more power, more fame, more success, money, 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 and all the aspects of that money game directly, in my opinion, tie into our existential fears because we want to be forever young. We want to prolong our life. And how can you do that? By power. When you are powerful, you feel immortal. When you accomplish something, you feel like you brought meaning to your existence and your life was not in vain. And even though in theory, we all know we're going to die, we are able to either fool ourselves or distract ourselves or make ourselves feel like our life has more meaning because we accomplished something.
Sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave.
Even this part, it's monopoly, invest inside some property. Now, I will say that actually is true. If you're going to use money somehow, put it into assets, into land, into something that appreciates, not liabilities like a car that just loses value the second you drive it off the lot, right? For ourselves and our future, our children, our children's children, there is value in building something for ourselves, I believe. But that's, again, this tricky topic of that dance between caring for those in need, not just living greedily and capitalizing off of everyone's back so we can be rich and, live our life miserably and alone. But the flip side is also not to think, oh, the solution is just to live paycheck to paycheck, work 9 to 5, because all I need is just a bit. There is something nice about money buying you freedom. And by freedom, I mean not freedom of speech, as he referenced in Money Game Part 1, but freedom of your time. Time is the most precious asset we have. So there's something special about having time to do what you want, to travel, to spend time with your family, and not have to be at work. Because if you don't work, you can't pay the bills and you can't live and eat. There is value to knowing how to deal with money. There's value in knowing how to play the game. But nonetheless, and this is what I think he's doing here, he's pointing out how that happened, how economy works. Monopoly being a money game, so very fitting picture here, but also Monopoly being about getting properties, investing, starting a corporation, having a logo. It's all psychology. That's one of the things I find intriguing about branding and marketing, because it's psychology.
That's great now, the truth is overrated. Tell lies out the gate now and polarize the people. Controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain.
Wow. Yeah, really taking us through those steps, because it doesn't stop with, hey, let me just make some good investments and gain some financial freedom. Now things turn into greed, right? The saint turns into the sinner. Now we're selling everything. Now we are selling time to a clock. Isn't that crazy? Also very interesting, because time is such an illusion at the end of the day, right? We've come up with this idea of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. We sell clocks literally for people to count time, to run around in that hustle bustle 9 to 5 to work, to be able to have money to get gas to drive to work again the next day. It's that cycle. We're prisoners to that. And to the point that people can capitalize off of selling time.
A storm, it comes our way, and no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole
Name
money
game, right? Very fitting and very great rhymes and poetry here.
This all money game. This all.
Ooh, snippets of Hitler, right? Looking at history and the games that have been played and the blame that has been fingers that have been pointed, where, you know, people have been made to believe that others are the problem, right? Let's point fingers. Let's distract. And it's happening to this day, right? And that's something I feel he pointed out in Money Game Part 1, the hypocrisy. If we think we're any better, oh yeah, Hitler did this, and oh, the world did this, and just these people did that. It's happening in real time. We might not be annihilating people in gas chambers in that sense, but we're annihilating each other on social media. We're letting the government divide us. We're letting media play games with us and make money. Videos that go viral where we're just, instead of having conversations about it, instead of using it to grow, we're just using it to spew our opinions. For what purpose? We don't get any benefit from it, except that we just got to rant and we just got to word vomit, right? We whore ourselves out for attention. But those who actually make money are those who create these platforms, who know how to play the game properly. And so it's easy to say, oh, all these people, they did this, and in history they were corrupt. But it's happening in real time, where we're allowing them to turn one another against each other. Even clips of Donald Duck's uncle, Scrooge McDuck, of Money Game Part 1 again, with the oil being poured over him. That hook is so catchy. And I like how it was still a song in its own lane, not the same as Money Game, but it had that red thread. I wonder if he's going to do that in Part 3, have the same or similar chorus and then add in the verses. We will see, but I loved it, and super, super catchy. That hook, that being repetitive and being so nursery rhyme-like, right? It's very cyclical. It has that feeling for me of a carousel going in circles, which is exactly what happens in these games. What did you think? Comment below, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ooh, subscribe, go support Ren, show some love, watch his videos, subscribe to him if you haven't yet, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo! Ayo!